Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to today's daily antidote of song. We are here on the first day of October. Greetings to the month that brings different celebrations and holidays and different weather to different places. This week, different things going on in the political universe. And we're just glad that you are able to come in here and hopefully sing some of those worries away and keep coming up with new ideas for what we can do to be a part of the solution. So let's say hello to everybody who's joining us today on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks, folks, for joining us out there. We can't see your faces smiling back at us. We are all smiling just for you. Everybody smile at YouTube and Facebook. That was for you, gang. Thanks so much for joining us. And we are excited to be here today with Lynn Harrison coming in from Toronto. She's a singer-songwriter who's been with us several times now. And before we get to singing with Lynn, let's say hellos to everybody who joined us today. I'm Jo Rossi. I'm the director of the Daily Antidote of Song. And for anybody who's jumping in new today, please know that we are here every day at noon Eastern time, singing a song or two and doing the things we can. And we love it when new folks join our community. So thank you so much. All right. Let's say hi. Everybody wave to Lynn Harrison coming in from Toronto. Glad to have you with us, Lynn. And let's wave to Clelio in New Jersey, Candace in LA, and Athena in Brooklyn, all three helping run tech today. Thanks so much, tech team. You guys are amazing. Hello to Dave, who's coming in from Toronto. Nice to have you with us today. I bet you are a Lynn friend. Hi to Jenny in Suffolk, UK. Susan coming in from Cincinnati, Ohio. Kathy in Colorado. Pauline and William are coming in from Newcastle, UK. Nice to see you. Bob is jumping in from Albany. Nice to see you. Sydney in San Francisco, California. Linda on Orcas Island. Sue is coming in from Seattle, Washington. Sheila in Florida. Bob, Mabel, and a bunch of bears. Nope, just Mabel and a bunch of bears. Coming in from Massachusetts. Tony is coming in from San Jose, California. We have Caroline in DC. We have Wendy, maybe also new to us today. Hi, Wendy. Nice to see you. Maybe also a Torontarian. Hello to Deli coming in from Maryland. Did I say Linda in California? Aloysius in Massachusetts. And let's see who else. We've got Fred coming in from Maryland. We've got Kathy in California. Marion coming in from Brighton, UK. And I think we are going to Hoda in British Columbia, Gary in Massachusetts, Elizabeth in California, Nancy in Washington State, Olga coming in from London, and Anne, who I think is in Nashville, and just joining us now, Deborah in Kentucky. Let's all take a deep breath. I don't know about the rest of you, but in times of great disunity, there is something every day in saying the names of the different states and countries who show up here to sing together. And we're delighted today to have with us Lynn Harrison, who's coming in from Toronto, Canada, one of our brilliant, amazing allies and friends and neighbors, best ever that there has been, in fact. Our best northern neighbor ever.
Thank you.
So Lynn is a Unitarian minister as well as a singer-songwriter, and she always brings us something super thoughtful, and today is no different. Lynn, welcome back to the Daily. We are excited to sing with you.
Oh, it's great, Joe, to be here. I really am so pleased. It's always a pleasure to be with you on Daily Antidote of Song. So today I'm going to sing with you a song called Wind of Change. I'm going to teach it to you. You're going to pick it up right away. Some of you may have heard it already, and it's something I love to sing at any time, but something that I also find is particularly helpful in times when I need a little bit of uplift. So the chorus, there's two things. There's a refrain and a chorus. So the chorus will kind of go into the refrain, but you'll pick it up right away. We are watching for tornadoes as we scan uncertain skies. So you hear that. We are watching for tornadoes as we scan uncertain skies. And it just continues. But a deeper part of me knows that a healing wind will rise. There is somewhere we are headed now. There is much to rearrange. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. That's the part that comes along a lot. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. I think you got it. I'm going to start the whole song now from the beginning, and you just join in whenever you like. See it turning by the lakeshore, pretty pinwheel in the sky, churning up all that we hope for, light and power we can't deny. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. See them dancing on the clothesline, pretty pinstripes bright and blue, as the wind chime sings a love song, and my heart sails back to you. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. We are watching for tornadoes as we scan uncertain skies, but a deeper part of me knows that a healing wind will rise. There is somewhere we are headed now. There is much to rearrange. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. As it lifts our fallen spirits, as it cools our tender skin, it is near and far beyond us. It's outside and deep within. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. We are watching for tornadoes as we scan uncertain skies, but a deeper part of me knows that a healing wind's gonna rise. There is somewhere we are headed now. There is much to rearrange. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change.
Lynn, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was just so uplifting to see everyone singing along. It's just so wonderful to be connected to everyone this way. Thank you.
It's super uplifting to sing with. That was especially great because there was the chorus that we could sing along, but then there was that other uh,
Yeah,
part. So there was a lot of singing that we got to do. But it was also very uplifting because there was something very soothing about it. The wind of change, when we're in the midst of a time that needs so much change, and just being able to repeat that. I just read an article that was talking about how repetition becomes thing, whether it's good repetition or bad, becomes a thing that is very much the way your brain begins to work. And so you want to be repeating good
absolutely.
things. So let's repeat winds of change, rise up, winds of change. So I know you said that song was written a while ago. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so it was written, I think, almost 20 years ago, actually. And it was a situation, a Unitarian Universalist congregation that I'm connected to. They were doing a service on the theme of wind and said, "Do you have a song about wind?" And I said, "No, but maybe I could write one." So, I sat down and this came out. And it started as an environmental song. So it refers to there's a wind turbine in Toronto, Ontario, on the lakeshore. So see it turning by the lakeshore, pretty pinwheel in the sky. So it kind of started out that way, and then it extended, into also kind of wind of change in relationships. My heart sails back to you, but also as it lifts our fallen spirits, as it cools our tender skin, it is near and far beyond us. It is outside and yet deep within. Wind of change. So it became a bit of an anthem. And I find sometimes uh, if songs have sticking power, they know a lot, and they not only stick with you, but they grow and they deepen over time. And this one has certainly guided me in my life. After it came through me, it's been very helpful, and it's been sung by choirs and by groups of folks. And so again, it's very meaningful to sing with others, especially at a time when we need to keep believing in that power of change and the power of collective movement and action. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. I loved, when we were talking during sound check, I think the way you phrased it was it started out as an environmental song,
Hmm.
and then just became so much more. And I think that's one of the most amazing things about social justice movements and social justice music is how the thing that we may be focused on or singing about or talking about or finding solutions for are generally applicable to much more than whatever the single issue is that we are thinking about, right? Because the spirit in social justice is oftentimes a baseline for any issue. It's the thought of
That's
kindness,
right.
the thought of working together, the thought of unity, the thought of peace, the thought of shared solutions, equity. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your social justice work in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, I think you make a really good point. I mean, everything is interconnected. And if we understand that it is all, each thing affects everything else because we are one whole. I think that then it frees us up also to focus on the thing that we can do. We each are very specific in what our capacities are, what our opportunities are, where we live. They say, think globally, act locally. Very true. There are things that we can do here in Toronto, Ontario that, you might not be able to do where you are, and vice versa. So for me, singing and bringing people together to talk about these issues, whether in a Unitarian Universalist congregation setting, or I do a little concert series called Chapel of Song, where we sing on a theme, and one of those is coming up October 11th in Toronto on the theme of people and places. So we can actually talk about solutions, and we can talk about what we can do. We can inspire each other, I hope. So yeah.
Very nice. Thank you, Lynn. I think also that, that idea of thinking locally also plays into what we were talking about also during sound check is the idea of how much everything that we each individually are doing or experiencing is impacted or impacting all of these other folks, whether it's in different states, different countries,
Yeah.
different groups. We are all one planet, one
We are
globe.
all one planet. That's
And
another interesting thing about this song. So I actually was born in Texas, but I live in Canada. I moved up to Canada when I was a child. So I have dual citizenship. And so I'm always really very aware of the two countries and our relatedness to one another. but when I wrote it, watching for tornadoes, even though that was something I did as a child, as we drove from Winnipeg down to Texas, down through tornado country, it's more present now. It's more present now than it was. And so I even wondered at first with this song whether it would be kind of okay to sing it in the, wow, tornadoes are a real thing. And they weren't as much of a real thing for me. It was almost prophetic in a way when I wrote it. Um, it was poetic, and it was seeing ahead into the future a little bit. So anyway, not sure where I was going with that.
No, that's great. That's beautiful. It's interesting also, I would say, like, the notion of wind, of change,
Hmm.
and or of tornado, which is
Yeah,
kind of like a whirlwind,
yeah,
is kind of like the whirlwind. I don't know, there's a lot of days where I wake up and I can't figure out which end is up. And, I feel like I'm in a blender of, news headlines and chaos. And it's hard to find that place where we can maybe, I mean, even the wind turbine has become a
exactly.
symbol of so much angst and confusion. And
I know. I
yeah,
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And so yeah, things have become more present, more the complexity and the interconnectedness is even more clear now than when I wrote it 20 years ago. And and yet, that hope, the deeper part of me knows that a healing wind will rise. And I absolutely believe that. It comes and goes. Like, as we know, I have my days too, where I just feel, completely despairing, and it's hard to get out of bed. And, I just don't know if I'll be able to be in the whirlwind, but this kind of experience, being with others, being connected in community and singing, or that's the one way that I do it. Other people being connected to the creative source. I like to put it that way. When
Mm.
I talk and write about creativity, um, I write about, being connected to the creative source, which is healing. It is connecting and it is healing. And so we all want to find ways of staying connected to that creative source. Yeah, this is something that supports that.
Thank you so much, Lynn. That is so lovely. Yep, complexity. There's a lot of complexity and subtlety. It's a really good time to be thinking in subtleties and removing yourself from the sort of like high level freakazoidal dogma stuff that is the stuff that's actually creating a lot of divide, and really try and focus on what is really the baseline of, I think, your song and lots of social justice work, which is kindness and seeing how we're alike. So it's subtle, it's complex, but it's not complex, right? We're all human, and
That's right.
we all need
Well, yeah,
food,
and
water, shelter.
and seeing love, the word love comes up in this song. Lots of songs are love songs. I kind of believe actually that all songs are love songs in a way. As the wind chimes sings a love song, and my heart sails back to you. It's like we are all one. We are all connected. And so love is being able to open our hearts to each other and resist that impulse to divide, right? Resist that impulse to separate everything up into us and them. And I've been in situations even with close friends, as I'm sure perhaps all of you have. Even with close friends, this kind of tenor can make everyone so anxious that we forget our good heart, and we need to keep that good heart open, so that healing wind can continue to pass through it.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. Something that just popped into my head when you said that is like the idea that with close friends, that we mistake a disagreement for something that is a much larger divide. And
Right.
it's totally natural to not think the same way as everybody. But like, it's also not something we can get too angst about, right? We'd have to, that's an acceptance thing, accepting
Hmm.
that we are all. Can we all please give it up for Lynn Harrison and that fabulous song? We can all see why she's a Unitarian minister, eh? Like, and I love the born in Texas, raised in Canada conundrum. I'm still
I
thinking
feel
about that.
very for I'm so grateful to my parents. I mean, the rest of our relatives in the States all thought everyone was that our part of the family was completely insane for moving up to Canada, but We feel grateful to be here, and yet I also feel a real kinship and a real connection with my American cousins and all my friends and family there. So
Beautiful. Thanks, Lynn. So before we sing with you again, I think you've got a gig coming up soon in Toronto. So can you tell us about it?
absolutely. So Chapel of Song, October 11th at the Transact Club in the living room, which is kind of a nice intimate space. I'll be there with my guests Maggie and Mr. Rogers, and we'll be trading songs back and forth on the theme of people and places. And so lots of songs. It's really wonderful time to be together. So if anyone's in the Toronto area, that would be great. November 15th, it's happening again. Also, you can find me on Substack. I found that this year in particular, I've been really inspired to write as much as I can because it's healing and it's helpful for me. So I needed a place for the songs to go. And so you can find me, Lynn Harrison, Chapel of Song, on Substack. I've been writing about a song every couple weeks, sharing every post has a new song in it. So you can find the songs there.
Great.
And also on my website, which is lynnharrison.ca, and on Bandcamp, and also that Spotify thing. But yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know you were on Substack. We'll get the link in the chat and on the comments out there on the live stream. So definitely check out Lynn. Just the way you speak in this room makes me want to read whatever it is that's coming out of your head.
Oh, thank you. Well, I feel honored. It's always, very, it's interesting. It's fun to sing a song that I know so well. So Wind of Change, I know so well. I've played it for lots of folks. It's vulnerable. It is vulnerable to be sharing new things in a regular way, but it's a really good growth experience for me. And I've had lots of really positive comments and feedback. And so please come connect on Substack and wherever else you can. It's so nice to meet all of you. I wish I could actually speak in person to all of you, but I am. So thank you for singing too.
Thanks, Lynn. Let's sing it again.
Thank you so much. See it turning by the lakeshore, pretty pinwheel in the sky, churning up all that we hope for, light and power we can't deny. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. See them dancing on the clothesline, pretty pinstripes bright and blue, as the wind chime sings a love song, and my heart sails back to you. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. We are watching for tornadoes as we scan uncertain skies, but a deeper part of me knows that a healing wind will rise. There is somewhere we are headed now. There is much to rearrange. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. As it lifts our fallen spirits, as it cools our tender skin, it is near and far beyond us. It's outside and deep within. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. Wind of change, watching for tornadoes as we scan uncertain skies. But a deeper part of me knows that a healing wind's gonna rise. There is somewhere we are headed now. There is much to rearrange. Wind of change, rise up, wind of change. 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 Thank you all so very, very much. All the very best to all of you.
Thank you so much, Lynn, for opening up October for us with a lot of good music and a lot of good thoughts. And we are super glad we got a chance to sing with you again in here. We look forward to whenever we can sing with you again. Everybody, please give it up for Lynn Harrison, coming in from Toronto, Canada. Everybody, please give it up for Canada.
Thank you.
Love you guys over there. Love
Thanks.
you, love you. All right, and let's say a really quick who's coming up this week and who we've had so far so that folks know where to join and when to join. Well, when to join is every day at noon Eastern. So we opened up this week when we were still long ago in September with Cohen Braithwaite Kilcoyne bringing us a song with some humor, a traditional English folk song, English Caribbean folk song. And it was really lovely. Cohen Braithwaite Kilcoyne came in from Flint, UK. The next day we had Namvula with a very beautiful song. Definitely for anybody who missed either of those days, please go back and check it out. Namvula also coming in from the UK. Lynn Harrison today out of Toronto, Canada. Thanks again, Lynn, sorry. Shruti Veena Vishwanath coming in on Thursday from India. Friday, we have Brendan Taft coming in from Vermont. On Saturday, new to us, Rick and Audrey Engdahl coming in from Maryland. And on Sunday, we'll close out with Irina Spiritu coming in from California. And so thanks everybody for being here at the beginning and the middle of another week and another month. I guess that's the reverse. The beginning of another month and the middle of another week. Woo. All right, everybody take a deep breath. Thanks again to Lynn. We hope to see you again soon. Everybody.
Thanks so much, Joe. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Everybody wave Lynn out of the room so she can go be busy writing more songs.
Bye.
Bye. And thanks so much to all the folks who came in from Toronto today to be with Lynn. I think that's Dave coming in from Toronto. Thanks so much for joining us. Nice to see you today. Jenny coming in from Suffolk, UK. Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio. Kathy in Colorado. Pauline and 100-year-old William over there in Newcastle, UK. Everybody wave to William. Bye, William. We love you. Athena coming in from Brooklyn, running tech with us today. Thank you, Athena. Bob in Albany, New York. Sydney in San Francisco, California. Clelio in New Jersey, also running tech for us today. Thank you. Linda on Orcas Island. Marion in Brighton, UK. Candace in Los Angeles, also running tech for us today. It's a big ups for our 3 tech team people. Sue in Seattle, Washington. Sheila in Florida. Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts. Caroline in DC. Fred in Silver Spring, Maryland. Kathy in California, Annette in California, Wendy maybe coming in from Toronto, maybe looking like she has a harp in behind her. Okay, that looks like good fun. Anne in Massachusetts, Hoda in British Columbia, Storm in Massachusetts, Deborah in Kentucky. Also, before I forget, a shout out to anybody who is new today. Welcome. And if you want to stay and say hi to me after everyone drops, I'd be happy to send you a little unmute. And now I completely don't remember where I was. Hoda, British Columbia, Storm, Massachusetts, Deborah in Kentucky, Dally in Maryland, Karis coming in also from Maryland, Tony in San Jose, California, Aloysius in Massachusetts, Linda in California, Gary in Mass, Elizabeth in California. I'm kind of just saying California, Mass, California, Mass, California, Mass. Anybody knows that? Nancy in Washington State, Diane coming in from Puerto Rico, Bob and a bear in Mass. So that means Curly Tops, you were supposed to be from California, but you're from Vermont. We love you. Talk to you all soon. Thank you so much. Lots of love and see you right here tomorrow on the Daily Antidote of Song. Bye, gang.